And now, broadcasting live from the Darkroom studio at Craven Community College, it's In the Know.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being with us. I'm Megan Johnson, Craven Community College In the Know podcast here in the Darkroom studio at Barker Hall on our New Bern campus, and we're so grateful that you have joined us today. It's September 7th at 12 noon. So we hope that you are having a wonderful day right now. Looking forward to sharing some good stuff and our guest. And typically it would go to Craig first, but Craig is heading out for the day, so he won't be able to join us. But over on my right, I have my friend and co-host.
Hi, it's Wendy White. Thanks for joining us today. If it's your lunch, I hope you're enjoying something delicious. We have nothing here today. That's okay.
But you can bring it by the studio. We would definitely enjoy that.
Please bring it by. Glad you're watching us today. If you're getting us on the replay, please don't forget to hit the like button so that we know you're here. And don't forget, we love comments today during our show. So we love to engage with you guys. You never know, we might have some trivia or some questions for you guys to possibly answer. So we're glad to have you and hope you can join us in your comments. I'm going to throw it to the booth now.
Hey, Holly.
Hello, Holly. She's not alone. Who else is in there with you?
I have two helpers today. There's Netta and there's Eli.
Eli, keep going. There he is.
There he is.
Well, thank you for
Sneaks
keeping
in.
us all straight back there in the booth.
Yeah.
And just so it's not just the Megan and Wendy show for the first 20 minutes, we would like to go ahead and introduce our guest with us so she can participate in the conversation. And we probably need an extra person to be there to kind of keep us firm and grounded, maybe?
Yeah.
Wendy? Maybe?
You never know. We go off
We
the
do.
left field sometimes.
Yep, down in that crazy bunny hole. So I would like to introduce our guest, and our co-host today is Veronica Campos-Hallstrom, and she is an art appreciation instructor here at Craven Community College. And welcome, Veronica. Thank you for being here.
Great. Thank you for having me. It's a fun time and a great day to, hang out with you girls.
It is. Thank you. Oh, it's a girl cast today.
Girl
Oh,
day.
it's a girl cast.
Wow.
Oh, sorry,
Girl day.
Eli.
Girl power.
Yes, well, that's very exciting. So, speaking of which, it is a beautiful day, but it's still summer. I know that Labor Day was this past Monday, and it was nice to have Monday off and to kind of come back and regroup and rejuvenate. But short weeks make it a little harder too, so you still have to cram everything in. So not always perfect, but it's definitely glad to have it. But they keep saying it's the unofficial end of summer.
Yeah.
But I'm not feeling that. Are you? Because it's still hot.
Yet, but I probably won't wear white pants anymore.
Oh, I had to look down to make sure I wasn't wearing my white
mean,
pants.
I mean, But
I don't
would
ascribe to that.
think
No. I think you should be a
would wear
rule
them?
breaker. You wear whatever you want.
Okay, I said
you.
today was rule breaker day, so yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, I'll get them, I'll go, I don't know. Okay, do I not? I try not to, but,
See, I'm kind of with Veronica. If it's hot and you can wear whatever you
whatever you
want to
want.
wear. Yeah, I mean, as long as it's appropriate. But,
Yeah.
So this morning as I was getting ready, and I blew dry my hair, and it's still one of those hot, humid days that you finish putting on your makeup, and then you're like ready to curl your hair, and it's still wet.
Yes.
But it wasn't wet before, and I'm like, I don't like to
Too
sweat.
hot.
I know y'all have heard that before. I don't like to sweat. So then you have to take the hairdryer and put it on the cool setting, and I'm like,
to cool yourself off.
we're trying to blow it dry. I'm like, before I can put a curl in it, and then you put the curl, and all of a sudden it goes, shh, and you can see the steam poof up. So I love summertime, and I love going to the beach and the boating and all that kind of fun stuff. I don't like anything above 90 degrees and humid.
Well, it has been cooler in the mornings. So when I walk the Yorkie, I'm like, oh, it's a little chilly today. But not really chilly, but just a little, like I feel kind of cool. So it's getting a little cooler in the mornings. Leaves are already starting to turn and fall around my house. So that's always nice to see, kind of a change of season. It's exciting to me.
Right.
But I think the official day is the 22nd. I think that's the official first day of fall is the, I want to say, I don't know, it's in the evening time. So I'm looking forward to September 22nd. And
It's official on the calendar, but if you go into a store that has any kind of decor, seasonal change, then you get the feeling like, oh, it's supposed to be fall already.
Yes.
Or
And
Christmas.
Yeah, I was trying to say, Christmas is already up.
Right,
so,
right.
Or the menus have changed. You know, everybody's pushing pumpkin spice and things like
Yes.
that. And
The
so if you're a
coffees
Hallmark lover, Hallmark movie lover, you know, you can start seeing the cheesy pumpkins. And,
Pumpkins.
you know, and the haystacks and the corn stalks and all that kind of stuff that kind of represent what we like to do in fall. So anyway, I'm looking forward to it. I do like it to get a little cool and time to put the pit fire on and that kind of stuff. So it'll be good.
Yeah.
So, hey, we got a couple things in history that happened today. You interested in a few?
I've got one that happened in history today, actually.
Tell me.
It's my husband's birthday. Happy birthday, Danny. Yes, so today in history, he was born. I won't say how old he is. He's kind of old. But anyway, thought it was fun to
Well, we're
say.
glad he was born.
Yes, I am too. So happy birthday, Danny. So I want to throw that out there.
And you can message back, Danny. I don't know.
If he's watching today, I don't know if he has time today, but he watches every once in a while. So
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
yeah. So what have you got in history today?
So, back in 1813, and we're going to go way back, okay? 1813.
1813.
But I thought this was really cool because this is something that I always love to dig in the history and these trivial things and then learn something new. And that's kind of why I do it, because I do enjoy it.
Right.
I know you probably is not surprised by this, but I also get the word of the day sent to me. And
I bet
forward,
you do.
A couple of them I forward to you when they're
have
funny.
sent me a couple,
So
yes.
I'm nerdy that way, you know. But
That's
somebody asked me today to join a book club,
Oh, nice.
and I went, mm-mm.
Oh, you said no?
Yeah, well, the first night is poetry, and I love poetry. But then I'm like, my ADHD is so bad, I can't sit through a novel. And I know I'm sharing this with a librarian.
That's okay.
But
it's hard for me
it would
too.
be a chore right now.
Yes.
With my brain spinning so many different directions
Yes.
to sit down. I don't have quiet time because I don't know how to create quiet
Yeah,
time.
my brain doesn't stop.
Yeah.
So for me to read a book, honestly, as a librarian, I'm going to confess, if I say I've read a book, it had to have been a really good book, and I also had to have time for
a
it.
deadline.
Yeah.
For me, there has to be a pressure for a
So,
deadline.
Megan,
Yes.
if you were in a book club, you would need Cliff Notes and probably
Yes.
an out.
When I responded back to my friend by text, she said, I completely understand. She's a mom of 5 and
Yep.
she's got college students. She's got one still in middle school, so she's got a wide range. So she gets it. And she said, I listen to, I'm aging myself, but books on tape.
Yeah.
So I said, I would download that because when I'm commuting back and forth to Havelock,
It's a great
it would
way.
be a perfect thing for me to listen to the book.
Right.
But I can't join the book club and say, do you have it on audio?
Well, so I'll put a
So-
plug in. We, as you know, in the library, we have a great selection of audiobooks. We have the Libby app where
Okay.
we purchased a lot of things. So if you're interested in an audiobook or an ebook, just get in touch with us. I might can get you hooked up.
So it might actually work out in my
It
favor.
might actually work out in your favor. So let me know, and we'll see what we can do.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can also listen to it at night and then have it subliminal, messaging. So you can soak it in.
So it's kind of like that glass and a half of wine, and then I'm asleep. I would read a paragraph and I'd be
And be
asleep.
done.
I'd be out,
Yes,
gone.
yes.
So, all right, 1813.
1813.
The United States earns a nickname that sticks. What is in a name? In many cases, a lot. Sometimes it's a name that has significant meaning. In the case of the nickname Uncle Sam, do you guys know where the name Uncle Sam came from? Anybody?
No, tell us.
Tell ya. So, in the case of the nickname Uncle Sam, the name originates with a meat packer named Samuel Wilson. During the War of 1812, do we know who was in the War of 1812? I don't want to make myself look stupid. Do we know?
You can just add us to the list, right?
Okay. All right. Hey, somebody, if you know what the War of 1812 was about, would you
1812.
please message us? You can Google it. We don't care. So anyway, Sam, again, this is Samuel Wilson, he supplied barrels of beef to the Army. On the barrels, the letters U.S. were stamped for United States.
Okay.
So it was United States beef, right, in a barrel. Beef in a barrel does not sound appetizing to me, by the way, especially in 1813. However,
Right.
soldiers began calling the supply Uncle Sam's because it was a gift from Uncle Sam.
Okay.
Over time, the nickname came to refer to the U.S. government. Later in that century, Uncle Sam began to have a recognizable face that cartoonist Thomas Nast gradually created the character we recognize today. The tall, skinny fella in red, white, and blue suit
the
with a
hat.
top hat and the beard.
Yeah.
Uncle Sam.
Nice.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it is cool, isn't it? Later in the century, we already did that one. Never mind. You like to fish,
I do.
and you also hunt?
I go hunting. I enjoy going hunting, but I don't enjoy
The sport of it.
this.
Okay.
Yeah,
What
I
about,
like to sit in the woods and just listen and be and see.
Okay.
And
so, bird season, dove season, I
Yes,
should
it's
say,
dove.
started
Yes.
this past weekend.
it did.
For those that are good sportsmen, when we like good sportsmen, they will practice first. And so to practice, you
Yes.
use clay pigeons, right?
Yep.
You've seen them. They're kind of about 4 inches
Little
round.
disc.
They're
Little
discs.
discs.
They used to be made out of lead, or they had lead paint in them. They don't make them anymore, thank goodness.
They're
Because of course,
biodegradable.
yep, they're biodegradable. And they're heavy. I mean, I would guess they're about, I don't know, I guess they come in different strengths, but they're about, or weights, but I don't know, 10 ounces to a pound or something.
Maybe, yes.
Yeah.
My yard was full of them.
Yeah. So back in 1880, George Legowski, he receives a patent for clay pigeons designed for trap shooting. He later invented a device for launching the targets into the air. So they do make one, you know, like the slingers that you throw your tennis ball for your dogs, and they go shoo, and it goes flying down the down the yard. Well, you can get a trap shoot slinger that looks like that, but instead of the ball holder, it's like a little half cup holder. Oops, I just covered my face.
A little disc.
And you stick the disc in it, and then you sling it. So if you don't have this thing that he's talking about, this patent contraption, it's almost like a catapult. Right. You pull it back and you snap it and it goes, choo, flies away. Okay.
Sound effects.
Sound
and
effects.
all.
I got it. It goes flying into the air. He designed the targets, which weren't made of clay, nor did they look like pigeons, to place the glass. They were glass
Ooh.
targets into trap shooters used at the time. Before glass targets, trap shooters did release live pigeons. Ooh, we were not, but I'm so glad they replaced it.
Yes. And I'm
So-
glad it's biodegradable and not glass.
Yes. So this is a game changer for our premature baby population. But in 1888, a female doctor named Edith Eleanor McLean, she invented the incubator.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So it's very cool. That was in 1888, and Dr. Martin Cooney displayed the premature babies in an exhibit in 1896 at the Berlin Exposition. So
wow.
they took it on the road and showed all the babies they
Wow.
could survive. So it's
Wow.
pretty awesome.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
I've got one of them.
You have a premature? You had a premature baby?
Yes, he just turned 35.
Oh,
Wow.
He was 2 pounds 2 ounces.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to
Teeny,
weigh in too. My daughter was 2 pounds 6 ounces.
Wow.
Did they have to use an incubator also?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
So thank
Wow.
you for this blessing of Edith Eleanor McLean. Now you know.
Mm-hmm. Now you know.
Now you
We
know
are
rest
in
of
the
story.
know.
Now you are in the know.
That's it.
So when I was little, I loved dolls. I don't know about you. Were you like a stuffed animal person, or were you a doll person?
I was a doll person. Yeah, I
Yeah,
had a doll.
dolls.
Yeah.
How about you, Veronica?
I would say I was a doll person, and Barbie was big, but I made my own paper dolls. So
I had paper dolls
Imagine
too.
that.
Did you
Where it
color
all
them?
began.
And did you color them in all the pretty dresses and
I
the
made
lace?
my own.
Oh, you made your own. Mm.
This
But
is
yes.
where the career began.
Yes.
Making the paper dolls. I love
Yes.
it. I love it.
So, Johnny Gruel receives the patent for a Raggedy Ann doll.
Oh, wow. What year?
1915.
Wow.
So the iconic doll with the red yarn hair and the triangle nose became the ultimate rag doll. Before the Cabbage Patch Kids, before Barbie, or even the Cupid doll, Raggedy Ann found her way into the hearts of children all over the country. Now, do you remember Raggedy Ann's dress? She had the little overalls
Smock.
and smocked, it was like a little overall dress and had the little collar. But when you lifted her dress up, she actually had a heart on it. Remember, it was on her chest?
I just remember the smock. I just remember the.
Did it say anything though, Veronica?
I don't.
Or did
think
it just have a heart?
I'll have to check on mine when I get home.
Yeah.
I think it's
And of
just
You
course-
still have yours? Nice. I still have my strawberry shortcake
Oh,
doll.
girl.
That's awesome.
Yep. Kind of
Very
creepy,
cool.
actually.
Well-
She's hidden in the closet, so she doesn't freak me out.
Let's talk about freaking out. My husband freaks out about Mrs. Beasley, and I still have my Mrs. Beasley. So, do you know what a Mrs. Beasley is?
I don't know what that is.
Okay, well, she was based on a character in a sitcom show called Family Affair,
Okay.
and the child had this doll. Her name was Mrs. Beasley, but she was not an infant doll. It was a grandma doll. So she had little spectacles, and you would pull her string and she would speak. Well, see, you're already making a creepy face.
Because we know what you're about to say.
Go ahead and Google Mrs. Beasley.
Mrs. Beasley.
And you'll
And
see
let me
what
guess,
she
it
is.
talks without pulling the string now.
No, you have to
okay.
pull the string.
That's where I was going. You're going to be in the garage.
You're not even in the attic. We just want
In
you out
a
there.
vault.
So, something I've not been invited to, but the first Miss America pageant
Yeah.
was in Atlantic City, New Jersey, and that was in 1921. Now, this was one that I thought was very cool. So, the Boulder Dam begins operation.
Okay.
Okay. Now, the Boulder Dam is called something different. Do you guys know what it is?
Hoover Dam?
Yeah, that's right. So in 1936, very good, the Boulder Dam begins operation, originally named the Boulder Canyon Project. This massive 60-story dam diverted water from the Colorado River. It also created hydroelectric power for a growing southwestern population. At the time of its completion, it was the largest dam in the world. They recognized Herbert Hoover's, don't say that 3 times, Herbert Hoover's efforts to make the project possible, and the dam was eventually renamed as the Hoover Dam. What are you laughing at, Miss Holly and Zanetta? I can see it. Now, is Eli laughing at me? Don't. Okay, so that is some history in a nutshell.
Some good history.
It was some good history in a nutshell. So, neither snow nor rain nor, can you finish that phrase? Yes, no?
No.
Neither snow nor rain nor heat nor gloom of night stays these couriers from swift completion to their appointed rounds. That's an inscription found over the entrance of Rain or Shine. You know that's
Post office?
Post office. Very good.
Okay.
This is the Central Post Office in New York City. So it is that has been there since it was built in 1912. And so that is
1912. The year my
1912.
grandfather was born was 1912.
Oh, wow. That's very cool.
I think, yeah.
so
I wonder how many of folks actually visit the post office now. Because there's been questions, how do I write on the envelope? Where does the stamp go? I
Really?
wonder how many people use the post office now. So if you are an avid post office user, let us know.
And when was the last time you wrote a note and put it in the mail?
Yes.
Not a bill.
When was the last one?
Not a bill.
And I'll tell you the last one I did. We were in Key West, and my mom collects postcards, and so we always have to mail a postcard to her. So everywhere we go, we mail a postcard. So the last one I did was a few weeks ago. I actually went to
Did
the
it
post
show up?
office,
Did
and
the
it
postcard
made
show
it.
up?
Yes.
Awesome.
Did the stamp, did the address, did the
What
note,
is a postcard?
stuck it in there.
What is a postcard stamp cost right now?
Oh, I don't remember because I bought like a couple of them because
Okay.
I try to keep them in my purse. So I don't know how much they cost.
I know that the Forever stamp is going up
Is
again.
it?
Mhm, a couple more
Again.
cents.
So is the Forever stamp
You s-
really a Forever stamp?
Yes. Yeah. So if you, it is. If you buy it now and you paid 70 cents per,
You're good.
and it's going to 75 next month, you still can mail them off without adding a 5-cent stamp.
But at what point is it the price is forever? Like it's going to stay that way.
Till there's no more neither rain nor snow nor heat of night, and they went belly up.
Yeah.
Which it is U.S. government, Uncle
Yes.
Sam. You know,
Yes.
it too could happen. So when did airmail begin?
Airmail?
Airmail.
Like define airmail.
The
as-
Army Air Service pilots began
Okay.
transporting mail between New York, Philadelphia, and Washington, D.C.
Okay, I'm just
You
going
want me to throw out a date? I'll give you 3.
Okay, that'll work. Give us 3.
I'm going to
Choices.
1912, 1918, or 1925.
25.
Probably 25 because we're talking. Oh, I don't.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
1918.
Oh.
So, I mean, it's not that big a deal. And is mail transported by train?
It could be.
Perhaps
I
it could
guess.
be.
Yes. The United States Postal Service also uses boats, airplanes, snowmobiles, buses, cars, human power to deliver mail. It has also been used in wagons, horses, bikes, motorcycles, carts, among other things.
Wow. Can you imagine the amount of mail that got lost
Yes.
on a buggy, in a wagon? It's just poof, gone.
Poof. Or stolen, like when they were going across the western with a got.
Wow.
And that's why you should never put cash in a car.
In a car.
Isn't that a
Correct.
shame? I used to love getting cash from my grandparents.
Right.
And it was never a lot, but like the fun thing of, especially if it was a birthday, it was like the $2 bill.
Yes.
Because it was special, and then you never used it because you're like, it's a $2 bill, and then you had a drawer full of $2 bills.
Currently now, that's me.
Yeah. So, and I used to love that.
Yeah, it was fun.
So today is also, you ready for this, Holly? National Salami Day.
Salami. Do you like salami?
I don't care for it. No.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
not a
it's the
salami.
texture. I don't know.
I'm not a salami eater. Are you a salami eater?
I like salami. I like hard cured salami that's not smoked. Because I don't like smoke flavored stuff.
Okay.
So commonly made of pork and other meats, and they blend it to prepare salami. For example, delis may offer it as lamb, duck, or beef in pork blend. The ground sausage is blended with seasoning, salt, air cured, either pork or beef casings. The methods and recipes vary by region and country. Even aging times vary. However, makers typically age salami between 30 and 90 days or longer. So you have to think about the importance of curing meats, too. Let's go back to the barrel of beef, right?
Yeah.
They had to cure it so it would last because they didn't have refrigeration.
Right.
So, that's kind of the good thing. So besides making sandwiches, how else can you use salami?
Oh, I don't eat it.
Somebody in the booth, Zanetta, do you want to answer that?
With charcuterie boards.
Yes, charcuterie boards. Also makes an amazing taste to salads and soups. I think diced up salami in a pasta salad's really yummy. Little chunks of meat.
Yeah.
I like it better than ham. I don't. Yeah.
Nah.
No? Okay. So, what countries produce salami? You want to take a wild stab?
Nope.
Italy.
Very good. They say while Italy makes the best salami in the world, you can find it in almost every butcher shop or deli in the world. Their version of a dried, cured, air-cured meat.
Nice.
How many calories are in a salami slice? A 1 ounce slice.
200.
550.
94.
Okay.
Now you're not going
I know
to feel
it's a
so
lot.
bad snacking on salami.
That's why you don't have to like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
One way you said.
Wendy, you need to give me a little drum roll because this one's for you.
This one's for me. What is today? What is today?
Today is National Beer Lovers Day.
My day. Yes, Wendy loves beer.
Beer,
Yes.
and the process of brewing beer, which of course we offer here at Craven
Craven.
Community College down at the Volt Center.
Yes,
So
we
if
do.
you are interested in learning how to brew your home beer, please contact Jeff Schultz at the Volt Center. And Holly will post that phone number because I can't remember it offhand. 638. Ask for 7200 and then go ask for Jeff Schultz, and then you can get directly to them.
So I think it's a full class too, and it's a hopping class.
hoppin', hoppin',
Like
love
that?
a pun.
Hopping class.
So, brewing beer predates most known history.
I bet it does.
Yeah. So as varied as the methods, the grains, the flavors, the beer continues to change and evolve. And that, I think, is so interesting with this home brewing process. All of a sudden, I mean, you show me pictures of like what's something you're trying or sampling or whatever.
Yep.
And it's like a charcuterie board. You never really know.
never know.
You don't. You can put anything in it, and it's going to be a flavor that might be exciting or enticing.
It's chemistry.
It is
It
chemistry.
is chemistry. And I actually know a person that was teaching chemistry and decided to start brewing beer at a local brewery. So she left teaching behind, and now she's brewing beer.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Virginia colonists brewed beer, and William Penn, we all know who William Penn was, right? Included a place for brewing beer within Pennsylvania colony. It can still be visited at Pennsbury Manor today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, little road trip. Little Pennsbury. The first president of the United States recorded a recipe of brewing beer. In his notes, Samuel Adams also holds a place in both beer tea history in this country. Now, I've had Jeff brought to when I was doing the cable show, Jeff brought a sample of George Washington's
Oh, wow.
recipe.
Wow.
It was gross.
I bet
It had nothing to do with Jeff. It had everything to do with the recipe.
Right, I bet
Because
so.
the recipe's based on what they had access to.
Correct.
So instead of the sugars fermenting, it was molasses, and it was heavy, and it was strong, and it was really dark.
Bet it was.
It was yucky. I didn't like
Yeah.
it. So anyway, that's some fun stuff. Let me ask you a few little things about
Oh no.
beer. So the brewer
I drink it. That's the answer.
the brewer will master lagers, ales, malts, and stouts. Okay, they may even specialize, however, their ability to ferment the perfect beer under each condition and bring out the flavor of the grain and the yeast or the hop, right? And that'll be the key. Managing the temperature and timing for any IPA or studying grain all go into their education. So again, back to the brewmaster really needs to be a chemist by heart, and probably even a foodie a little bit, because you want to know what's going to be good on the palate
Blends
as well.
together, yeah. What
Yep.
flavors go together?
So, by no surprise, what is the most consumed alcoholic beverage?
Well, beer.
Beer. Yeah.
Yeah.
What
house.
alcoholic beverage is most commonly made with malt barley?
Beer.
Beer. I know. And I did not know this one. During Prohibition, you could buy beer legally.
Probably had like a really small alcohol content
You
to
are
it.
absolutely correct. It was
Yeah.
0.5%.
Yeah.
So-
Versus now they make them like 9. Oh, what is that? Yeah.
That's the one.
Yes.
The one and you drop. So that is all I have today. But I know that Veronica has brought some stuff for us to do. And Veronica, so I would like to shoot it over to you because you've brought us this wonderful, colorful basket of treats. And I'm going to hold it up so you can see. It's got glue sticks. It looks like kindergarten. I got glue sticks and scissors and little strips of paper. And then you've got this piece of black for us.
Yes.
Piece of construction paper.
So it might look like elementary, and in a way it is. What I do in my art appreciation course is I blend in some hands-on activities so that they can get some kind of connection and relate to what is in the textbook. So in the beginning, when you're talking a lot about fundamentals, the first thing that we talk about is line. And so this is an activity that is going to kind of have you explore line, and you'll notice that all of those strips are lines. of course.
Okay.
And they're different widths. They're all the same length, but they're different widths and different colors. So what I would like you to do is just entertain yourself. No pressure.
Okay.
This is non-objective. And we talked before, Megan, how this is not competitive, even though
I told her we were competitive.
So I'm going to scold you right away. It is
Yes,
not
okay.
competitive.
Got it.
But it is it may be a little bit challenging.
And
So-
there's no right or wrong.
There is no right or wrong, but let me give you a little bit of guideline. So, okay, we have this strip of paper. So, looking at it, it is a straight line, but any line can be turned into another shape or size. So, what would happen if you join both of the ends together?
Made a circle.
You've got a circle. You've got a different shape. So, you can make a shape
I like
by
that one.
bending your paper. You can swirl them around.
Like in
I'm
that
giving
one.
you ideas, and I shouldn't be giving you ideas.
Yes, you should.
This is
Means
along the same way.
ideas.
You can fold it.
Oh, that's a good idea too.
You can crimp it. And what I'm going to have you do is, and I brought 2 types of glue. Time frame, it might be too messy if you want to use the white glue. So I gave you a glue stick. That's your option.
Okay. Can I start?
And
What are you
scissors,
doing?
if
What
you
are you doing? What do you mean you're starting?
And also, it's not a race. So, what else can I put in the competition category?
Shush.
Scissors are here if you'd like to, use that.
Redo.
But attaching something, you could,
Okay.
make a little tab. So you could bend one end, and then everything is going to go on this black sheet.
Now, what if we didn't want? What if we wanted the lines to remain lines?
You
and
can
not
do that.
create different shapes.
You
If we
can
could
do that.
actually just create linear patterns.
You can do that.
Okay, I'm not going
Okay.
to because I'm already circling.
So when
I
we
know.
talk
That's my
circles
brain.
too.
My brain's circling.
I like circles.
all over, you can use this background, this frame as a background, a framework to work on. And what this ends up doing is giving me some hints, and the artist itself, as to your level of exploring. How you're using the scissors in an awesome way. So using your tools and using your imagination. Some people choose to do this project all in one color, and I've done this with 3-year-olds to adults. It's always going to be different, and that's what's awesome.
Yeah, I wish I had brought the picture of the one that the students made for us in the library, because that was a really cool, the board, and they had made a book, and I mean, it was just, I love it. It's in the library right now. It's in our young adult room now.
If you want to see a sample, that's from a sculpture class. That's actually a slightly different project, but they did use paper. And, paper is so versatile and basically inexpensive. This is colored paper.
It is an inexpensive medium, which is great,
this
especially for a beginner.
Right, and this is colored paper. You could use, any other type of paper, recycled paper,
And you can also, like this, the black frame is more of the construction style, but then the other is kind of like the weight of copy paper.
Yes, so this is copy paper and this is cardstock. Just a little more, heftier,
heavier,
to hold all of the elements that you're going to add. But when all of these, let's say you have a whole class of 20, when all of these are put together, what an amazing display of everybody's definition of what line can do. So it turns out to be a great design project.
Nice.
That's awesome. So Veronica, so you are art appreciation instructor presently at the Havelock campus.
Yes.
So, but you've also been on the New Bern campus.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit how you got here, because I know you've also got a different background.
Yes. Well, we're transplants because we were former military, so we decided to call Havelock our home, and my background starts from teaching age 3 to older adults, and now in the post-secondary education level. So I have a wide variety of background as far as teaching other a variety of age groups. And the background in art was just something that kind of evolved from a long time. Maybe it started when I was making
you made your paper dolls.
Maybe before then too. But just being an art major gave me a foundation to go into teaching.
Where'd you go to art school?
I went to school in Omaha, Nebraska, and then master's in Iowa, and just having the opportunity to be at Craven, I've been here for a few years, has given me just a great outlet to share with the community. One other thing I do with my classes is does involve the community, and there are art appreciation courses on campus that are online. There's probably some other classrooms that have it, but the way that I guess I tell my students I'm a facilitator and I'm not really an instructor. I am an instructor, on paper, but I'm a facilitator because I am encouraging them.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So
Is your thumb getting sticky?
Yes.
My thumb at my
I love it.
and some people can't handle the mess, but that's all right.
I love it.
You're doing a great job so
I can
far.
handle mess.
You're doing a great job so far. I'm going to be excited to see what becomes of all of this. But what I do is I invite artists from the community to come in and share their expertise and knowledge. And it does two things. One, it gives them a break from hearing me speak the whole class time, all the time, which is also a good thing. But it also brings a point of view from someone who's an actual working artist themselves, and they share their passion, which is invaluable.
Right.
And they share their examples. And then I ask them to write.
But it also gives them career opportunities. Like,
yes,
I'm not sure if I'm kind of a mediocre artist, or I'm
Right.
not really sure if this medium is good, but how can I make it a future? How can I
Right.
be employed or is it a hobby and just something that brings me joy?
Right. And it is a spark. The first guest speaker we've already had was a local quilter. He has a quilt shop in New Bern. And the art
Which is
of
a guide.
and
it's a
that's
guide.
Floyd.
That does quilting.
Yes, and
awesome.
He's a role model for these students because being a male in a female-dominated,
Field.
Industry, yeah,
field.
yeah.
Yes, industry. And he also gives you a different point of view and different perspective. And so it's also giving them permission, like you're saying, career-wise. It gives them permission, okay.
Explore something different.
Yeah, right. And so this semester I have 8 guest speakers coming, and they're all different fields, and they all give a different point of view, and it's awesome. The kids love it. They really do.
So I know one of your guest speakers happens to be Wendy White.
Yes.
So tell us what you're going to be sharing with them, Wendy.
So something that we are doing in the library, as all of you know, we do virtual reality in the library, and we try to connect it to the curriculum so we can expose folks to a concept in a different way. We're big on that in the library. So thanks, by the way, for doing the glue stick.
Yes.
So we actually have some great VR apps that students can explore where they ordinarily would not have the opportunity to do that.
Right.
I know one of them is sculpting out of clay. And clay gets expensive. But what this VR app allows students to do is to create a sculpture with clay without having the clay and the mess and the cleanup. They can create, I think, paintings and drawings, in there.
Yes.
So we're excited for them to play and experience art in a different form.
Right.
Do you have the VR also where they can go into different museums?
We do have one. There's some paintings and sculptures that you can kind of go into.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's been fun to see the students engage and interact in virtual reality. I know they've enjoyed every time they've come.
Yes, and I've also, and you're actually making the road trip to Havelock to do that for us.
I am.
That's
yes,
great.
Yes, it's going to be me or Megan Gill, our librarian. We're going to tag team and try to figure that out.
Right.
Yeah.
So I've already surveyed them and asked them if they've had this experience yet, and they said no.
Oh,
so
good.
it does 2 things. It gives them a new experience, exposure, but it also invites them to Craven, to the library.
Yes.
And to see what else is there for them to explore. So
Well, we're
that's
excited
awesome.
we're excited to go there. We're excited to try to make it work. I know I did share she's going to be the guinea pig for carrying it to Havelock. We have not done that yet, so I'm
First time for everything.
How it's going to work out, but we're excited for the opportunity.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah.
You like making an homage to ECU.
Yeah. Go Pirates.
Yeah, and see, color is
Let's
something
go
that is.
Pirates. Oh, by the
You're
way, that was a
drawn to those?
fantastic game. Anybody who watched it this
Yes,
weekend, it was disappointing, but it
they-
was
But
fantastic.
they did
They
it.
played their hearts
They
out.
did play their hearts out. So I'm
Proud of all of them.
I've posted I'm a pirate through and through. Win or lose, I'm still a pirate. So
So, I used to sit out there and I'd watch their spring games during that pigskin, and I was like one of a half a dozen people in the stadium. I mean, I've loved them from day one when I went to school there, and I was there for the good, the bad, and the ugly.
yeah,
And that's
you
what a
gotta
true
do.
fan has
Oh,
to
look,
be.
Show me some more purple and
So,
yellow.
So yours is, like I said, looks like an homage to ECU. Is that what you were going for? Or did
Well-
it just speak to you?
I mean, I just like the color purple. It's my favorite color, and what matches purple is gold.
Whoop, whoop. Okay, so I don't
Holly,
know.
you
I just,
done?
can you see mine?
It's beautiful.
I
A
don't-
lot of swirls.
You're a curly.
I'm a
curly
swirl
girl.
curly
I'm
girl.
just an all over the place girl.
I don't know. I started with it, and I kind of liked the loopy thing, and I thought,
like the
oh, it
loopy
kind of
thing.
reminded me of a celebration.
I like
Yes.
the loopy thing.
And since we celebrate every day here, I wanted to celebrate my artwork.
Well, this was beginning to be a face with the
Okay.
eyes and the nose. This is what I was.
Very abstract.
Uh,
Petey. It's Petey.
That's great.
There we
That's
go.
his
So you did a
bandana.
little more
That's his
exploring.
bandana around
That's
his head.
awesome.
So you have a picture of this that your students have done.
Yeah,
Can
so
we put
I
that
have
up,
a
Holly?
few.
Oh, yay! Look at that.
give
Very
us some
cool.
ideas.
Oh, I love the basket weaving. Why didn't we think of that?
Well, next time.
Yes.
I like the orange swirly flower on the left, that on the right picture, but on the bottom left. I like that
Yeah,
one.
so these are great examples of how you can kind of progress. The one on the in the middle and the bottom, you can see that they added some, some
Ink
black,
to it.
some black.
That looks very Dr. Seussish, doesn't it?
Yes.
So
yes.
we used it to make curlicues. They used it to actually make more lines and more shape.
Yes, yes.
Pretty cool.
So,
Yep.
it all depends on your skill level as well. That first one has a little bit of origami in it. You get to see the
Tri-crinkle?
Yeah, yes. Uh-huh.
I like the rings. That was like the
Oh.
like garnet, the cheap garland that you used to put on your Christmas tree. in the green and red construction
think
paper?
it's a
So the
stand
next
up.
slide is going to maybe be a little overwhelming to you.
Oh, but it's beautiful.
I'm throwing mine away. I'm done.
So,
I'm done.
you know, this did not take a 10-minute segment. This took a lot of time. These are 2 examples from sculpture students that took this in their
I
own.
love the
That
peacock.
is amazing.
I needed that peacock last week when I wore the peacock shirt.
amazing. That is so awesome. Well, you know, I've said before, and before the show we were chit-chatting, everyone has the ability to be an artist inside them. It's just how you nurture it, how you grow it, what you do with that. I do not have that talent. I'm just going to declare that, because I think I'm
Well, you
I'm
have
a
to add the
fast
word
person.
yet.
Yet. Because I am a fast-paced person, and I don't have the patience to create something like that. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm done. Let's move on.
But you
who I am.
appreciate it.
Absolutely.
You appreciate the fine arts.
Absolutely. I know it's taken someone that time and that sitting down and that the skill level to think how they think and how that just came to them. Like,
I think color and depth and how they can, the realization, I don't know, what's that terminology in art appreciation? Realism.
Okay.
realism.
So if I was to paint Wendy's face and it looked like Wendy,
Right.
I'm fascinated how people can do that. I
am
cannot
too.
do that.
Yet.
Cannot. I can't. No, I can't. I can make it kind of look like Wendy, and it might have been similar colors, but I don't have that skill.
Well-
It's just not. You're born with it. Sometimes you can develop a skill, but you're also born with a gift.
I think having a skill being innate is maybe a scapegoat, because everything can be learned. So with practice comes...
You can learn.
Good.
You can learn.
With progress comes, and practice, comes
Progress
your
and
product.
practice.
You
So,
can
yeah.
learn.
Yeah.
So my mom tried to teach me candle wicking, which
Okay.
was like a type of needlepoint.
Okay.
Nope.
Tried to teach me cross stitch. Nope.
Yeah.
It's a patience thing. I don't.
Again, yes,
I can't
it's a
sit down
patience
Well,
thing.
the
and
other-
count. Chris, count.
I think the other thing you're hitting, the other aspect you're hitting on is creative confidence, and that's one thing that a lot of students lack, especially if they haven't had a course from their elementary years and they're coming into college. The non-traditional student has to think about, high school or middle school way back when, and so giving someone I guess giving them the idea of I can do this, or I can do it in
Yeah.
time, is what's going to make them grow. And on the other end, if you still do not think you're that creative person, and you have that fear factor of trying something new, which I give you props for, trying something new as well. You can always grow from that spot. So,
I love one of my absolute favorite classes that I took when I was in college was art appreciation. Now, being a music major, they actually had the class in the same auditorium that we also took music history and music appreciation. So my comfort level walking in was already there, because that was like home.
Yeah.
But I loved, and now they didn't do this kind of stuff. We didn't do this kind of appreciation. We did put up a slide of a picture, and you learned about the Renaissance, and then you learned about the
Right.
Baroque,
Right.
just like we did in the music side of the world. What I loved about it is, because we've talked about it before, I love going to museums. So when I had an opportunity to actually see face-to-face things that I had studied, and little funny trivial things that I remembered, like why did that person's finger up this direction and not the other, or why was the bucket on the left and not on the right, why was the cloak red versus purple, and then you actually get to see it and you get to tell somebody, hey, guess what I learned.
Yeah.
I loved that.
Right.
And I still remember when I saw Degas' Dancer in DC. It was DC, right? Yeah. I just sat there in awe. I'm like, I've seen her in books, and now I get to see her in person.
Yes.
It's just fascinating. Or I saw my first Van Gogh in person, and I was like, ah. Or I saw the lilies, Monet's lilies.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that they were giant. They're like this, as big as a room. There were
Yes.
3 giant panels.
Right.
It was
I didn't
huge.
know
You
that.
thought it was like a little piece.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think when you look in a book and then you see a photograph, and you see the dimensions, it doesn't hit you until you see something in real life.
Right.
So we do have a great museum a couple hours away. If students can get to that, it's great.
It is.
But the textbook and the rest of the class is filled with those type of experiences. But the hands-on things, I think keep them engaged and, let them focus on an aspect that they've already learned in the book.
So I also know that you take your students on a tour of our statues here on campus as well.
I did. I had a special guest appear one time. I was lucky to meet Dr. Congleton, and my idea was to have him in the background. The kids don't know him, students don't know him, and have him in the background, and then ask the students questions, and then have him overhear their answers, and then jump in and add his 2 cents. So I thought it was kind of a fun experience. And when he did come out in person, I had the students in front of me, and I said, what kind of person would buy that piece of art? Why would that be here? What story do you get from looking at this? Which is the boy on the stilts. And they had their 2 cents in, and they were just insightful, comments. And turn around, and I said, let's meet him. And here he comes around, and he's the person who bought this, and why did he buy this, and what attracted him to this art. And so when you're talking about art appreciation, a lot of the concepts of why are you attracted to something, what do you like about it, to be able to have a conversation and draw on your vocabulary and other experiences and things that you're learning in the text can help you in life and conversations. For a final exam, I have the students do art analysis. And I remember one student told me the story how she went with her boyfriend to the museum. He didn't know anything about art. She knew everything now. And
Everything.
and was able to talk about things that she had seen, and got him all interested, and it's a really cool experience. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Yeah. And for her to come back and share with you what you had, what kind of an impact you had made on them. So that's fantastic. So I'm grateful that you brought this, and I'm excited we have something fun and colorful. Maybe we can hang this up in the green room over there, Holly. What do you think?
There you go.
My artwork.
Yeah.
Is it green room worthy?
You'll have to sign it. Yes.
Yeah. There you go.
Mine.
So, but I know we also have a couple community things that we want to talk about.
Can we show her students' photos?
Oh,
that
absolutely.
They worked on?
Yes.
They're pretty cool.
Just quickly, one of the activities I do is introduce them to a couple apps on the phone. And so these photographs were done by students, and they're framed, and they're in the public library in Havelock.
Oh, wow.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then this semester I have a special space that they've given the classroom, this class, so that we can display art again. So here we're looking at double exposure photographs that I have had blown up and framed for them. And this is all done with a free app, so
that's really neat.
Yeah, it gives them another resource to use later in life too.
Yeah, I know I've had students display. That is beautiful. Students display in our library here on campus, and it was so precious. We had a mom come in. I didn't know it was a mom, right? And this person's walking around this sculpture, and they're taking all these pictures, and I thought, this is kind of making me nervous. And then finally she was like, this is my child's art, and I'm so proud. And it just was a great moment. So we're glad to have them in our library as well.
Yeah, thank you.
So for the non-fine arts major that potentially is going to transfer, this is, yes, you can take this class, but somebody who's just interested in getting that humanities credit. It's a great 3-credit hour. It's super interesting. You're not going to walk away not learning anything, so that's the best part. It's fun. She's nice. So it's a win-win, right?
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win.
It is,
And you tend to, especially in the Havelock, your class sizes are fairly small. And so if anybody's interested and has the ability to drive that direction, so next time you're going to register for your humanities class or art appreciation, you might want to look up and see when Veronica is going to be teaching next. So that's very exciting.
It's a fun time. Thank you.
And also, you are, before we do the other stuff, you're also an artist on your own. I mean, you're in the community. You are, you still have your own passion. I love you. I follow you on Facebook. You're always putting up neat stuff, and I love seeing that. So, you continue to grow and share, and so I appreciate you, doing that.
Thank you. I think I can add to that by just saying, being an example, being a working artist and an instructor gives you kind of like a pulse on what is out there and what you can share and what they're interested in, what you can teach. So it's just always a full circle.
And the greatest and the latest and the newest and keeping everything fresh.
Yes,
It is, and your medium is different. You use a lot of digital as well. So, it's fun to see where you've got the ability to do, all kinds of different mediums, but the fact that you're going with something that's new and technology growing. Is that the right word?
Technology based.
So,
Sure.
But it's a growing field. I mean, you're going to probably get another app out in the next 6 months that's going to enhance what you just did.
Maybe.
So it's always kind of fun
awesome.
stuff.
Yeah, thank you.
Anything else you want to share about your class or anything coming up that you would like? Is there a competition coming up, or is there a demonstration or the next art walk? Anything like that you want to talk about?
I would like to say that when I can, I give extra credit, and one of the extra credit opportunities is coming up in Havelock. I'm sorry, I don't know the date, but it's a Comic-Con in Havelock.
Okay.
And we have a guest speaker coming who is into comics and illustration and drawing, so he's coming, and good timing that'll kind of fit in with that.
That's fantastic. Yeah. Maybe we can get Eli to look that up and post it the next Comic-Con in Havelock. Is this a first time? Is this like a first annual?
I don't think it's first annual,
Okay.
but maybe within the last couple of years, I haven't had it. But
Very cool.
Nice.
Very, very good. Anything else that you can think of? Art Walk is the first, what? Is it the first Friday?
We got
Friday,
that
September
under
9th.
our events.
Oh, it is on there.
Yes.
We got it covered, so we're going to get
We got it covered.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we
you.
want to talk about the what's going on?
Sure. Let's do it.
And how about we can let you pass her the second
Yep,
one so
I
she
will.
can talk. Okay, awesome. Let's start with
All
number
right.
1. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Carolina Chamber Music Festival, Thursday, September 8th from 6 to 7, and Saturday, September 10 from 7 to 8. Carolina Chamber Music Festivals are popular one-hour concerts, and a Meet the Artist series event continues with season 20 featuring
Great people.
some great people. Some Mr. Amdi who's a violinist, and I don't want to butcher the last name, and then who's also a violinist, a violist, and a conductor on Thursday, September 8th. And there is also the Colix Piano Trio. Did I say that correctly, I hope?
We're going to say
We're going
yeah.
to say it that way. And that's going to be on Saturday, September 10. Concerts are held downtown at the Bank of the Arts. Of course, there's going to be beautiful art on display. So not only are you going to hear wonderful music, you get to see wonderful music. Tickets will range from $25 to $35. I don't know if that means you get to sit in the front or the back, but I would encourage you to get your tickets early. You can purchase them online at carolinachambermusic.org. All one word, carolinachambermusic.org. And if you will share the next one, Veronica.
Sure, yes. If you've never been, you need to go. It's a cheap date. I've done it. Art Walk is in Friday on September 9th from 5 to 9, downtown New Bern. And the businesses and restaurants are opening with extended hours. There's demonstrations. There's much more that you can enjoy from that experience. And Art Walk, if you can pick up the little flyer.
Here's a picture of it.
Okay, pick up the flyer. On the back side, there are some highlights, some pinpoints that you can catch. But basically, if you just walk around New Bern and see a door open and it looks like it's arty, it's going to be arty.
Awesome.
Next.
All right, we will continue with our street cafe and family game night Friday, September 9th from 5 to 10:30. So as many of you are aware, that's on our downtown New Bern. So visit downtown New Bern to experience our street cafes where you can be outdoor dining, enjoy all that it has to offer. Guests can enjoy exquisite cuisine while taking in the charm and beauty of our historic business district. Enjoy a variety of family fun games as you stroll through our downtown street. So take advantage while it's still warm.
Correct. Tryon Palace Lawn Party, Saturday, September 10th from 5:30 to 8:30. Join us at Tryon Palace for a grand picnic. At this fundraiser for the Tryon Palace Foundation, there will be engaging historic activities, lawn games, birds and snakes from the Outer Banks Wildlife Center. Hope they stay in a container.
Yes.
And I missed it. Shelter. Okay, barbecue, fried chicken, cheese and macaroni, hot dogs, s'mores, there will be a s'more making station. That sounds cool.
Fun.
There'll be ice cream, Pepsi beverages for the kids, and wine and beer for the adults. Both lawns will be featured live music and a fire dancer performance. Bring your lawn chairs and picnic baskets. Or, I'm sorry, blankets.
Yes.
For the backyard party with family and friends. Adult tickets are $25. Youth 6 to 14 are $10. Children under 5 are free.
That
So
sounds
bring
really
them,
cool.
come see some history, eat some good food, hang out on that beautiful lawn, and look forward to seeing you there. We got a couple more.
Yeah, we got several more. So we've got the Bike MS, a historic New Bern ride, Saturday, Sunday, September 10th through 11th at 10 a.m. Enjoy a weekend of riding around historic New Bern, beginning with a beautiful sunrise at the start, finish line at Union Point Park. Ride through the scenic countryside and finish your weekend strolling nearby shops and restaurants. Do all of this while helping to meet the vision of a world free of MS. I know they ride by my house, and I live in Cove City, so they are coming from Union Point all the way to past my house in Cove City. So if you're out on the road that day,
Be extra careful.
Be careful, be cautious. They are riding for an amazing cause, and support them if you can.
And you will
on.
see colorful markers, and they'll sometimes they spray paint the street, so
You'll
they
know.
know their pathway. So if they're taking the red marker, and they know to keep staying on that track, so please be mindful when you see that you've got a biker nearby.
Yes.
Then we also have Footloose on the News summer concert featuring the West End Mambo, Saturday, September 10 from 7 to 9. I heard the Tams were amazing.
I've seen some pictures and some videos.
So if you've
Yes.
not gone to Footloose on the
You
News,
need to go.
You need to go.
It's a
You
great
need to
time.
thank your our sponsor, Trent Cadillac GMC Footloose. They're the ones who bring this free event to Union Point. Bring a blanket or chairs. Enjoy great music in the park. Pets must be on a leash. There's absolutely no coolers allowed. Food trucks will be available. It's presented by New Bern Parks and Rec.
There are vendors there, but I've seen people bring their own pizzas,
Right.
hang out. So.
Yeah, I think you can bring like a picnic basket. They just don't want you to bring coolers because they don't want bottles
Right.
and trash. So,
Yeah.
but pack yourself a little lunchbox.
We'll let you do the next one. How's that one sound?
Where are we?
Right here.
Okay. Played here. Okay. Saturday, September 10th from 7 to 10. You can enjoy a bona fide North Carolina music venue. Okay.
Review.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bona
review.
fide.
Bona fide
You got to say it
review.
like bona fide. We need Craig here with his voice.
Yeah.
And the concert by the bona fides of New Bern are featured music, and they are very well-known artists. The tickets are $15 each, and they can be purchased at the New Bern Civic Center Theater or on their website.
Awesome.
Yes.
A lot going on September 10th.
Yes, there is. Now, the bona fides, that's Danny Batten, George Oliver. I'm going to leave
There's a
that.
list. There's a list
There's
on
a
the
list
screen.
of them.
Yep.
Oh, where is it?
Yep.
No. Those
Oh.
are the people that they're going to be copying.
Oh,
They're
sorry.
going to be singing Charlie Poole music
Oh.
and Charlie Daniels Band, that kind of stuff. But no, these are
Oh,
local. These are local artists that also have day gigs.
Got it.
So
Awesome.
you come on out, support them, and also support the New Bern Civic Theater. In Havelock, let's go back to Havelock. There's going to be a 9/11 remembrance ceremony Sunday, September 11th from 8:30 to 9 a.m. Join the city of Havelock for a brief ceremony to remember the lives lost as a result of the September 11th, 2001 terrorist attack on our country. The event will take place by the police station at 2 Governmental Avenue. And that is where we have a large piece of steel
Yep,
that
from the
is,
towers.
that's from one of the towers. I don't remember which one, but you won't be able to miss it. It'll be a beautiful ceremony. I also know that our Sylvia King, our student service coordinator in Havelock campus, is also doing a 9/11 remembrance ceremony, and I want to say it's Thursday, but we'll have to look that up.
It's tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow, and it's
Tomorrow's
like at
Thursday.
11:30. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Something like that. So maybe we can post that one as well. So if you are near the Havelock campus, and of course share that with your students, we'd love them to come over and be a part of that. And I'm sure it'll be right there in our courtyard with all the beautiful flags representing our service members in our state and our U.S. government.
Yes.
So
I think it's been 21 years.
it's hard to
21
believe,
years?
isn't it?
Yeah, I think 21
Hard
years.
to believe.
Yes.
So this
that
has been
it?
a lot of info.
Yes.
I hope Craig was proud of us.
And no one can come back and say they were bored this weekend.
Heck
Right.
no. Are we ever bored? I'm never
9th,
bored.
10th,
That's
the
not a
10th.
part of my vocabulary.
Yes. So,
But
if you're
there is a
looking for
lot going
something
on
to do,
Thursday through Sunday.
A lot going on.
A lot going on. So please check it out. Of course, I'm sure there's stuff elsewhere beyond our Craven County borders, but we want to support our local artists and our local restaurants and our local venues. So come on out.
Beautiful downtown.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I think that's it for a show.
It's been a good show.
It's been a good show.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes,
And for
thank you. Appreciate it.
So literally, I said to Veronica, like 3.5 minutes before we went on air, I'm like, hey, we're just going to bring you in the beginning, and you're going to be our co-host. And she
did
was
great.
game. So you were fantastic.
Yes,
So we know
thank
the next
you.
time Craig decides to go leave us
We're going to
playing.
give you a call.
Yep.
I don't
Bravely.
have the jokes, but
That's okay.
all
That's
right.
all right.
Feeling into
We don't either.
Yeah.
If we do, they're corny.
Yeah.
So-
Okay.
But thanks for sharing your creativity
Yeah.
and being.
Well, thank
game
you
to do
for
that, too.
getting it tapped into. So
Yeah.
my little celebration on a plate.
There you go.
Doo-doo, doo-doo.
Serve it up.
Yep, my celebration. That'll probably be the thing from the YouTube will post that one.
Or I will.
Oh, cut and paste it. Just don't
Got it.
get the good side. So I think we're going to say goodbye. We will see you all next Wednesday. And in the meantime, we will ask you to be out there, be safe, be happy, be healthy. And we'll see you next week. Take care.
Bye, guys.